Jimmy said he could handle this. Oh, he's from Los Angeles. Oh.
Hey, welcome to episode 27 of Let's Go Podcast. My name is Justin.
My name is Kelly.
And we're here today to bring to you
another fabulous episode. Episode 27, as a matter of fact.
That's
like the Riverdale's number here.
I was just going to say, that's the Riverdale's number. Or it's when Kurt Cobain died. When he was 27.
Curse of 27.
Curse of 27. But let's not make it the Curse of 27.
No.
Let's make it, let's do something good with it and have a great podcast.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Kelly?
I'm ready. Let's kick it off with some beer.
Beers, all kinds of beers. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese beers. Glug, 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 glug.
All right. So here we are.
With another delicious, tasty beer.
Alive. We haven't had this yet.
Nope.
I did have the Victory at Sea. Okay, first off, we're having the Ballast Point Peppermint Victory at Sea.
So
now,
it's a porter, right?
It's a porter. I had the standard one without any peppermint, so we're about to try this right now.
You took it standard, huh?
I took it standard, but this is going to be delicious. It's an Imperial Porter. Again, from Ballast Point. When we get into it, we really get into it. We're about to cheers right here. Here are the cheers. That was a real cheers.
And here's the real taste.
And it smells good. All right.
Delicious as I expected.
Yeah. Wow, it's good. That's really good. It's got like a really strong like peppermint hit right from the top, but as it goes down and starts to like
you get it at the back.
You get it at the back, but you also get that coffee flavor. Like I don't even know if there's a strong coffee mix in there, but I can get it. Can you get it?
Yeah. I'm definitely getting coffee notes with some peppermint.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of my crazy Starbucks drink that sometimes I'll get around the winter. But I usually get a coffee or an iced coffee with peppermint and then put some cream in it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's actually pretty refreshing and tasty.
This is good. This right here, I know we're in April, almost May.
We are in April.
I feel like this is
29th, but probably May by the time you guys
you'll probably
hear
get this in May. So definitely doesn't feel like a summer drink, man. I feel like we should be drinking this probably around 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it feels wintry.
It's about mid-afternoon right now, so it's feeling a little weird, but it's so good.
It is pretty delicious.
It's great.
Once again, Ballast coming with the fire.
Yeah, Ballast Point, you guys are just knocking them out. On point. I don't think there's been anything by them that's been like, oh,
no,
man.
Even that Indra Ninja
was
weird.
It was weird. It was good. It wasn't something I'm gonna have every day, but I like a little weird sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
This was good. Anyways, this was a really good beer, you guys, and I highly recommend it. Kelly, what do you want to give it?
I'm gonna give it a gotta go. I'm a dark beer fan.
Me too.
I'm gonna
Black of the berry.
exactly.
Black of the bean.
Black of the bean. So yeah, Ballast, once again, we still have to hit up the tasting room, but
we have to make a point to do that very soon.
We do.
So yeah, I'm going to give it a gotta go as well. This is freaking fantastic.
Freaking fantastic.
And again, I love the artwork on the bottle.
Yeah. I also purchased the Even Keel. It's a mango Even Keel. So their Even Keel is their IPA. I have a mango Even Keel sitting in the fridge, which we might dip into by the end of this episode.
We'll see what happens.
We might have to go
Stick
away.
with us. Maybe we'll have a little 15-minute, like 27.A or something. I don't know.
What was that?
Who
Niner.
knows?
Did I catch a niner in there?
Niner. So, very good, very good. So, this episode, we wanted to kind of get into some music. We haven't talked about a lot of. Well, actually, we talked about a lot of music last time.
We've got travel. We've got movies.
We've got
streaming television.
We have everything that you guys probably did today.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about.
I want to kick it off with this festive hat that Justin's wearing, which reminds me, it's a Vans hat, I believe.
Yeah.
With sombreros and rainbow and brightly colored things on it. So that reminds me.
There's not a single rainbow on here.
Well, it's rainbow colored. Oh. It's very colorful. And there's a bird and
skull.
Parrot, but deer. It reminds me of Mexico.
Hey.
So I believe that was the hat the hat you purchased before you went on your little escape. Tell us where you went.
We went, the wife, took the wife with me, went to Sayulita, Mexico.
Ooh.
And I will tell you, it's freaking amazing place. The most friendliest place I've ever been.
It's pretty awesome. I've been there.
Kelly's been there, yeah.
Having been there a couple years ago for a friend's wedding, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like it's about 30 miles out from Puerto Vallarta, and from the guy who picked us up, his name was Jorge. Shout out to Jorge. I don't know if he's going to listen to this. He said, Puerto Vallarta is nice. He's all, but Sayulita is the world's most friendliest place. And I was like, yeah, everyone says that. But let me tell you.
They weren't lying.
He was right. It was great. It was like,
Wasn't friendly to your guts, though.
wasn't friendly to my guts.
You got to be careful. Got to be careful about what you eat and what you drink.
Don't drink the water. I didn't drink the water, but I had a little bit of a gringo gut, as they like to say, on the way home. But that has nothing to do with how delicious the foods were. Like, there was a place we went to just right there, like when you enter into town,
right?
Called Burrito Revolution.
Oh, what?
And I told the guy, I was like, this is the best burrito I've ever had. And he's like, where are you from, my friend? And I was like, California. And he's like, oh, you guys invented the burrito. I'm like, dude, this is freaking, it was so good. It was like, if I had to say, like, if you say like, oh, Chipotle is the best burrito, I'm like,
No.
Okay, but you know what? It was actually really good. Remember Qdoba?
Yeah. Side
They
note,
were good.
I am grossed out. I get doo-doo butts. Sorry, too much information, but I get doo-doo butts every time I eat Chipotle. Can't do it anymore, and I'm stopping. And somebody posted a picture today on Facebook of their burrito bowl, and it had a small maggot in it.
Well, did you ask for maggots?
No.
Okay.
It said it came from Chipotle. I was like, okay, well, that just seals the deal. I am done. Just kind of like the piece of plastic in my burrito at Del Taco. Haven't really hit up a Del Taco since. I actually had it once, and that was only because it was the only option, and I was starving.
I had Del Taco today, man.
I know.
Feeling great.
But I'm still rolling on my veto.
That's cool, man. It's good. Stick to your guns. More Del Taco for me.
Okay,
man.
sorry.
Okay, anyways, back to Sayulita.
Back to Sayulita.
It was great. There's a lot of different places. I wish I knew the names of all of them. Some places I couldn't remember to pronounce. But oh god, there was this juice place. It was just called Orange, and it was great. Like, we went there like 3 times and got like
Smoothies.
Smoothies, and I think it was owned by some Australian dudes that were working there. There's all different types of people. A lot of Canadians down there, Americans, people from other places besides Mexico. But we actually stayed at a place called Playa Escondida. You check that out online, playaescondida.com. I believe it is.
Playa.
That means there you go.
Beach.
Playa Escondida. The password for the internet there was Secret Beach. FYI, if you're looking for the internet password, if you're there
and need some free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you need some free Wi-Fi. It was good, man. We got to watch a little like Netflix at nighttime here and there.
Yeah, you told me Netflix was different over there.
Oh yeah, Netflix over there has way different movies.
What?
I was like, oh, that's cool. Like,
Regional?
I just remember there was a few like things that were like in my like list. Like, I like, you add them to your what is it? Your list, whatever it is. And I was like, oh, I just noticed like Iron Man was up in there and like Watchmen and stuff. I was like, oh, cool. Like movies I own, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. They popped up in my feed. And so I remember getting back, I was like, gonna watch, I don't know. I was gonna play something for the kids. I think it was like Toy Story 3 or something. And it wasn't in there. And I was like, what? And they have different things going on.
It's crazy, but.
So anyways, there you go. Netflix is different all over the world. It looked like there was more movies I'd rather watch over in Mexico than here. I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to watch any of these movies that are over here. Yeah. So Sayulita. So we played at the Playa Escondida. Yeah. It was great. So we went there because my wife would watch The Bachelor. And I guess they have a Bachelor show where the people they kick off, they send them to this place. It's like Bachelor in Paradise. And anyways, they shot the show there. And that's where she saw it. She's like, oh, I want to go there because it looked interesting. Because the rooms there, they're not like you're in a room. It's kind of like a hut because you're in the jungle. It's like a jungle
house.
Jungle hut house, yeah. So it's pretty cool, dude. And anyway, so we actually, the bartender there, another guy named Jorge, different Jorge, not the same guy who drove us. He was just chatting with us and he was asking questions. I go, hey, why did you come here to play Escondida? It's the most beautiful place in the world, da 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 da. And I was like, well, my wife was watching the Bachelor show, yada yada yada. And he was like, oh, I don't know anything about that. And I'm like, oh, well, apparently they shot the show here. He's like, oh, they sent us away when they did that. I was like, oh, that's kind of messed up. And then, anyways, long story short,
you found out he was lying to you.
The fool was lying to me. My wife told, babe, he was on the show. I'm like, what? So I did some quick like internet searches. And seriously, like look up Jorge the bartender and you'll see him. He was like in the credits of the show. Like they put him on the show. I guess he was giving people love advice. I didn't see the show. Didn't see that he was on it. But anyways, it's kind of cool. Got to hang out with him. So now we're friends. So Jorge, if you're listening to this, shout out to Jorge. He was the super nicest guy. He was really funny. And he was kind of like the person you would talk to. Like him and his crew. There were some other guys like Juan and I forget the other guy's name, but you would hang out and talk to them at the bar and they were great, dude. And let me tell you this, the best thing to drink when you're there, tell me.
Pacifico,
dude.
There's tons of it there.
Well, here's the thing. Pacifico tastes so delicious there with a lime in it. Like they ask you, oh, do you want Pacifico or Corona? I was like, I actually had one Corona there and it actually did taste better there, but I just don't like Corona. Yeah. But Pacifico, dude, there, oh my gosh. I'm just like.
I remember when we went for a friend's wedding, I would literally, we'd go to the corner store, just buy like a big, almost like 30, like the big beers. Just crack one open, buy it, walk down the beach.
Yeah.
It's totally not like California when you have to drink secretly on the beach if you want to take a beer.
Yeah, it was great. It was cool, man. Anyways, so I was asking, I was like, why does it taste so good? Like, what is it? And they're like, well, they recycle like all the bottles. They probably just don't clean them all the way. And that's what he told me, which I didn't get grossed out by it. And I was like, probably halfway joking, but maybe he's halfway serious. I don't know. Freaking taste the best there. That's all I'm going to say. If you're there, like I was thinking, is there a more local beer? Is there something more like craft Mexican beer? I think that's it. It's Pacifico, dude. That's the way to go there. Pacifico. So, this place was great. I think I posted a couple pictures on the Let's Go Instagram of it, but, just walking distance to the town. But this place, this resort, if you have the means, I would definitely say it is a gotta go.
Gotta go.
Fantastic. You know, like it's not an all-inclusive place. It's a, you got to pay for your food and stuff, but there are a lot of amenities there that they're like, yeah, you get to take the paddle boards out and surfboards.
And food's still pretty cheap. I mean, you could roll down there with like $300-400 between a couple and last year.
Oh, we brought about $500 to spend for food, and we came back with like $200. We didn't spend it all. We didn't even buy a lot of stuff. We didn't want to come back with a lot of stuff. We got a few things like for the kids and stuff, but yeah, it was pretty. You can make it stretch. Even the peso, like depending on where you go, like it's usually like 17 pesos to the dollar. Right. Some places are like, oh well, we're 11 pesos to the dollar. You're like, what? It's still gonna be relatively cheap. Some places it felt like, oh, this is like I spent American money.
Right.
Like, oh, I went out to eat and it cost me $12 for me and my wife to eat a big gigantic meal. Like that's not bad.
Oh yeah.
And so am I gonna get crazy if like, oh, it cost me 14 over 12? Not a big deal.
No.
But yeah, it was great. But I would say get peso if you do go down there. Don't use cash. Yeah. A lot of people actually, it's harder for them to take cash. So that's what we learned. So just trade it in. There's plenty of places to go change your American dollar in for peso. Yeah. So there you go. Now you know. So Sayulita. So what was your favorite parts of Sayulita when you went?
I just love the whole thing, man. Uh-huh. We went to one of my favorites was a beach. We went is Playa de la Muerta or something, and it was like you had to walk through a cemetery.
Yes,
to get to the beach.
Oh, I wish, dude. We haven't talked about this. Like me and Burgundy went to go try and find it because there was a sign, and I don't think we made a wrong turn. We ended up at a private residence. It was on the GoPro video I was showing you guys. Oh. And I don't know if we should have went right or what. And this lady was jogging. She's like, "Oh, you go that way," and we did, and we didn't find it because I read up on it. And it was like, wow,
it's tight. I like that place, and just everything in general was great. When I went, the place where we stayed has something to do with Corazon, something to do with the heart. I can't remember. It's like a house that this American lady like built, and it's got like 8 rooms, a swimming pool. It's like 3 levels. It was ridiculous, and they had the wedding there. It was amazing. Anyways, Sayulita in general, it's you don't feel, it doesn't feel dangerous. You don't see. I saw like one cop the whole time I was there, and I didn't see people getting jumped, beat up. You didn't hear anything bad about that. It was just people just going to have fun and sit on the beach and chill. That's
what the guy who drove us from the airport to the resort, he was saying, Sayulita, it's so safe and this and this. And I was like, dude, you don't gotta sell me on it. Like it's probably just as like dangerous as any place. I don't know. It was extremely safe. Like everyone's cool.
No, it's totally not running around.
Yeah.
Or anything.
I can't. Well, I've never been in Mexico,
Yeah.
and so I'm thinking, crap, cartels. We got to watch out for this and this. I remember reading an article about like there was a gunfight in Puerto Vallarta. I was like, suck. But we weren't even going to Puerto Vallarta, by the way. Like I thought we were just because of the airport. But anyways, Sayulita again.
Gotta go.
It's a gotta go. Check it out. And if you do go play at the Playa. Stay at Playa Escondida because it was the best place.
And drink the bottled water.
And drink the bottled water.
Brush your
all
teeth
the
with
time.
the bottled water.
Yeah, brush your teeth, bottled water. That's what we did. Bottled water all the way. And this place provided bottled water for you. Every time you went in your room, there was two giant like bottled waters, and they gave you some. Our place was cool because we had it upstairs and a downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to come with me next time.
I think the only thing that upset my stomach when I was there, I didn't really get problems from the food at all. We found a good place for fish tacos. You kind of get a feel for what's good and what's, I don't want to be eating there. Found a delicious fish taco place, and then there was a couple, you can go grocery shopping, buy like bread and lunch meats and things, but
Lunch meats.
I think the only thing that upset my stomach was drinking drinking a lot of beers and some tequila probably.
Oh, see, I didn't feel any of that.
But either way, Sayulita, gotta go.
Definitely gotta go.
So, moving right along. I think we should finish strong with the music. So let's touch on some streaming television or just television in general.
Okay.
Have you been watching Fear the Walking Dead at all?
I know I said I was, and I haven't been.
Oh,
sorry.
It's pretty good. To me, it's still a little slow.
Yeah. How many episodes are there? 6?
They are, I think they did 4 so far. 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think we're on week 3. I want to say 3.
I will catch up. I haven't. I've only been back for about a week, and I haven't.
Well, what's your conjecture? I don't think we've done a episode since the final episode of Walking Dead.
Really? Oh yeah, we haven't.
So what's your guess on who died? Go.
Oh man. As much as it pains me to say this because she's my girl,
Right.
Rosita.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like they've been really building her up lately. Like, oh, she's training people and she's leading people. I just don't see them killing off Abraham or Eugene. Or
I think
Carl.
it was Eugene all the way.
No, I think
Dude, he gave Rick the plans for the bullet factory. He gave him all that stuff.
You could be right. I feel okay. If I had to really think about it, if they killed Eugene, it would be more of like, oh, I think people like Eugene more. He's just kind of like, you kind of feel bad for him because he's kind of a pud.
Right.
But I just think like Rosita's story's kind of been told.
I get you.
But I would prefer Rosita to stay around because I think that she can maybe grow into more of a fan favorite type of character. She was kind of just like Abraham's chick for a while. That's kind of what she's known for. But now she's like, oh, she's training people and she's doing some things. But you might be right, dude. I hope you're not right because I would like Eugene to stay around more.
Right.
There might be more of an emotional thing, like, oh man, Eugene died. I think if Rosita dies, no one cares, which is also a bad thing. Like if you're gonna freaking have Negan take someone out, you want it to be someone you care about,
Right?
And I don't think it's Glenn. It's too early for Glenn to be.
Yeah, but I know in the graphics he died, and Maggie's already getting to that BA Maggie.
Spoilers,
corner.
man.
Sorry.
People may not be reading comics.
Well, that's just what I've heard.
Yeah,
I'm
possibly.
speaking out of rumors.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's my conjecture. Negan's character just on the last episode was amazing.
Dude, that's
so good.
It's like a percentage of who he is. That's the thing.
And Abraham's phrases just get better and better.
Oh man, Abraham.
What was it? Bitch nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best.
I don't know who writes for him. I wish that was my job.
Dude, I watched some behind the scenes thing from Talking Dead, and they said they just created almost like a dice, or they had a bunch of phrases in a hat, and they literally pulled out 2. It was and they just slapped them together, and that's how they came up with those
No
things.
way.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's brilliant.
It was genius.
Yeah, I love how he talks.
I love
Abraham.
him.
Yeah, don't kill Abraham ever.
No.
Abraham is like Daryl. Don't get rid of him, man.
Yeah, everyone's
really-
guessing it's Daryl because of the little show that he's doing on AMC, but I think people would riot.
Has he
in
cut
the
his hair?
streets. No.
Yeah, Daryl's not dead.
I think people would riot in the streets if they killed Daryl.
It wouldn't be. When Daryl goes out, it's not going to go out like that. Daryl's going to go out straight up, saving people. Daryl's not going to go out like a punk.
Right.
So
I think there still has to be tension between him and who's the guy in Negan's gang that he kind of like beat up, or that Eugene bit his wiener. That one guy. I forget his name. Anyways, the wiener biter.
Yeah.
The wiener bitten. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Back to Fear. I feel like Fear the Walking Dead, they're still developing characters, and it's had its moments, but it's, I don't know. I think people are expecting it to be Walking Dead, but it's not. Mm-hmm. You know, it's Fear the Walking Dead, and the second season of Walking Dead was actually, to me, in my opinion, kind of boring.
Really?
When they were on the farm, it was kind of
I like
dull.
that.
It was dull until
Really?
the end. Like, there wasn't like too much action. They were developing characters.
Yeah.
So
But
I feel like
I
that's
just cared
what they're
about their
doing here.
characters. It is so hard for me to care about Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know why.
But so you have to look at the time frame, because all the stuff had gone down already.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in the stuff,
yeah.
kind of. We're
I've
in
told
the
you.
infancy there.
I know I said I'd finish it up before the second season started, and I haven't done that. I
Liar.
lied. I lied to not just you, but to the listening audience. But I promise.
Everyone send hate mail to Justin.
Send hate mail
Just kidding.
to letsgocast@gmail.com. Say, attention, Justin, you suck. And I'll read them. I'll read the best one on air. You write the worst email, and I'll read it on air. It'll be fun. We'll do a little segment called
bust out the
Hate Mail.
bleeps.
Hate Mail.
Hate mail.
We'll call it Bleep Mail.
Bleep mail.
Boop Mail. So, no, but you know what I did watch, and I
What
know
did
you
you
watched.
watch?
11/23/63.
That's 11/22/63.
Yes, and I'm even looking at my notes, and it says 22. So,
Boom.
11/22/63 on Hulu, starring
Amazing.
James Franco.
It was a great show.
It was a good show until the last episode. I did not like the last episode. And so let's say this. Freaking spoilers. We're going to spoil this show. So if you haven't watched the show,
Turn off right now,
turn
or
it off right
pause
now,
it, or
pause it, whatever.
Skip forward a minute
skip
or
forward
5.
about that much. And then, because we're going to talk a little bit about this show, because I want to talk to Kelly. I haven't talked to Kelly about the last episode.
Right.
And there we go. But it's a great show. So
Yeah.
premise is,
James Franco's a teacher. He hangs out at this diner
got divorced.
run by, getting divorced or got divorced. This diner is run by some crazy old dude, and shows him this back room in his diner that turns out to be a portal to 1960, which you wonder, like 63 and 60, that's quite a far ways off. So this portal takes you back to an exact day in 1960. I can't remember the exact date.
Yeah, it was.
But every time you come back through the portal to current time, it's only been a matter of seconds.
2 minutes.
I think it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. And it's 2 minutes later in the present time. But if you go back through again, you end up right back at the same point in 1960.
Yeah.
So kind of weird. But so basically, the old guy comes back after spending so long in 1960.
Old guy's Chris Cooper.
Chris Cooper. Okay.
Sorry, I was just trying to what
No,
was his name?
you're-
What was his name? Chris Cooper.
Yeah. Basically, the premise is he's trying to get James Franco to go back in time and stop the assassination of Kennedy, spy on Lee Harvey Oswald, yada yada yada. Gives him like all the stuff he would need.
Money.
Gives him a bunch of sports,
Gives him a sports almanac.
like a sports almanac, kind of like Back
Part
to
of
the
me,
Future.
yeah,
style.
I was totally thinking Back to the Future. I wish he would have said, "What am I, Marty McFly?" I thought that would have been. I would, if it was so like on the nose of like, of course you gave him a sports almanac. It'd
So
been
he
funny
could
to
bet
reference
and
it.
live, and without having to like be too conspicuous, so
Yeah.
to speak. So meets a lady, goes to moves to Dallas, finds this tag along guy who ends up just annoying the crap out of me the whole time, and
Yeah,
probably him
he bugged
too.
the heck out of me, dude. Bill.
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 Bill. So
Bill sucked.
yeah, so that's the basic premise, and it's him living in the '60s, trying to stalk Lee Harvey Oswald, follow him as closely as possible, and find out if he's the one responsible, etc., etc. I don't know. Should we spoil the end, or it's just like the last episode?
It's been out for a while. It's been out since like February.
People still
I really wanted to talk about the ending.
I know. Well, okay. So, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Now.
Stop. We are going to ruin the show right now.
I feel like it could have ended differently, and I knew going into the last episode. I said, okay, Lee Harvey's going to kill him, but they're going to blame James Franco, and maybe he'll get locked in jail and be stuck there forever. But then instead, he meets that crazy homeless guy who keeps appearing all the time and says, you'll never. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, and they never really made much of that.
Well, they did actually, because that was like the purpose of the end was like, no matter how many times you go back and try and change whatever it is, time will not allow you to change it. Mm-hmm. And so that's why the guy said, the homeless guy, he's like, she dies every time. Mm-hmm. Like he's in his own little loop trying to go back and save his daughter or whatever from drowning.
But James Franco did change it.
But it happens every time.
But he did change it. And it sucked.
It did, yeah. He did change it, and it sucked. So he went back and like negated it.
Yeah,
which is fine because he
that's
realized. What
I was thinking. I was like, okay,
history is supposed to be the way it is. You can't, even if you had a time machine, go forward, don't go back.
How has my question is this? How's no one else walked into this little spot like whoop, the little time portal?
Yeah, that's true.
And then I was like, how do you get back? They didn't really make it like he just kind of walked in a certain area and that. Yeah. Like no little kid ever ran by to catch a ball over there. Like well, I'm in the future. Like that was. And do you have to have? Does it only work?
Don't be so literal.
Does it? I know, but like, does it have?
Here we go, Justin being all literal.
Does it only work if you've gone through the time portal?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't get the exact information.
Yeah. Well,
I need to talk to Steven and JJ about.
Just ring them up. Hey, you guys, can you be on the show? Talk to us about that. Yeah. Here's what I didn't like on the ending. Like I figured when he came back, it wasn't going to be good.
Right.
Like if it was good, it would have been like, of course it would have been good. That's why we change. Like these stories don't tend to go that way. I knew it was going to be bad, and I was like, of course it's bad, but I don't really feel like they really gave you good answers. It was kind of like, well, there's JFK camps and all this other stuff. Then he jumps through. I was thinking, just jump through, dude. Just jump through. And he did. I was like, okay, cool. He jumped through, reset everything. I totally forgot about Chris Cooper dying before, so that guy's gone. I was kind of hoping he would have met Chris Cooper in the past and like got him to not get cancer somehow. I don't know. Like I know the time traveling gave him cancer, they said, but did James Franco get it? I don't know.
Yeah.
What? And then he like looks up the old lady, like in the future. And I was like, okay, I got it.
That part was kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. But you know what I was wishing he would have done? I wish that he jumped back in the portal. If he loved her so much, just found her and lived his life with her.
Right.
Like, and I don't know if he could have brought her back, if he brought her back, if that would have worked, or if that would have made her like, I don't know, lose her eyeballs or something. I don't know what would have happened. Like she turned inside out. That would have been interesting to see him try to like bring her back and then like, oh crap, it failed or something weird happened.
Right.
And then just decide, you know what? I'm just going to live my life with her in the past.
Yeah. For a while, I thought he was going to do that. Like take her to it would have reset things. But at the same time, for a while, I was thinking he was like, he'll just bring her to the future and live like that. And she'll have to adapt to it. And that'll be that.
Yeah. And it was like, is this a love story? Like it felt like a forced love story once you got through it. Like he had a mission, and I'm okay with a little bit of the love story because there was some good stuff that came of it, but it really became a love story at the end because he's like, it was too romantic at the end. Like he's dancing with her and it was kind of,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a disappointing end, but overall it was
a really good, I mean, and I'll say it's a good show. It's a let's go.
Great concept.
It's definitely a let's go. It was really good. James Franco was great in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, James Franco, you're a wiener, but he's good. The funny thing watching it on Hulu, you get the Hulu commercials all the time. It was always like, this is screen actor James Franco, and this is like independent artist James Franco. They had those car commercials. It just kept popping up. I thought they were funny.
Do you pay for the premium Hulu or are you just the $7.99?
I just pay the regular Hulu.
Oh, I did the premium, so I don't get commercials.
Oh, you don't get commercials. Kelly's like, what commercials?
On certain ones.
What commercials are you referring to?
That's why I was a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind a little bit of commercials.
A little
gives me a chance to run, get some pretzels or something.
Yeah,
but overall,
let's go.
Yeah, I gave it a let's go. It wasn't a bad show. I just didn't like the ending, and hopefully,
it's definitely not as bad as Lost.
Oh, Lost. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Lost ending, but the cast was really good. The guy who played Lee Harvey Oswald, gosh, he was like frighteningly similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you
was
know what
like,
was weird is like right after that show, Netflix is actually streaming a CNN series called The 60s. They have the 60s, the 70s. They're like a 10-part series and about certain events. And the first one was the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, crap.
So watching everything that went down again in reference to the show, it was really historically accurate. And as well as the actor they got for Lee Harvey was like, oh my gosh, that guy's like spot on now that I really like paid attention. And it was crazy because I knew like certain stuff was coming when, it was crazy when they met Jack Ruby in the show. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That was cool. And so that guy, Jack Ruby, never goes to jail because he never has to kill Lee Harvey.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff is cool. I like the one part that was cool was when he was being detained by the FBI agent.
Yeah.
And he just started rolling information that he knew on him.
Yeah.
It's like, I know about the letter. And he's just like, oh crap. So it was cool that he had enough historical like information to kind of like get out of the situation he was in.
Right.
Cause I was part of me was just like, they only wrote that so that he could use that information because they could have been like, you stopped an assassination. It's amazing. Instead it was like, we need to pin this on somebody. I was like, you could have pinned it on the guy who's dead, but whatever. Good show.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Good show.
Definitely.
Let's go.
Netflix.
I haven't really been doing much other than
Mexico Netflix.
What?
Netflix in Mexico.
Yeah.
Flixico.
Other than Daredevil, which
Yeah.
if you haven't, that's a gotta go.
I know we talked about it
Get
last
to it.
episode, but man.
We did. I finally watched.
Oh, did you finally finish it?
I finished it.
Okay. Thoughts on finishing it?
Amazing. Just
Yeah.
and the best news in the world that I saw today on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Somebody posted
Breaking news, Kelly. Do it.
Punisher's getting his own Netflix show. It's gonna be so amazing.
I read that this morning. I'm so glad you reminded me. I totally would have forgot. I read that and I was like, heck yes.
Yeah.
That's great. And part of me was like, they've already announced the shows that they're going to do. They're going to do Power Man and they're going to do Iron Fist and they're going to do the Defenders. But for them to say, hey, we're going to do another show that's not even in the same like list of things that we were going to do.
Right. Well,
That's
probably
awesome.
because of the popularity of Daredevil season 2. I'm guaranteeing it's going to be like.
Well, they never knew they were going to do season 2. It was
Here's
one
my-
season of each. And
Daredevil season 1 was amazing.
Yes.
Jessica Jones,
it's good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Daredevil season 2, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Cage, I have a feeling is going to be in the same line as Jessica Jones. I don't know how long you can draw on the Luke Cage character. Like, okay,
Luke Cage is cool. Like,
yeah, you can take fools out and you get shot and it doesn't even phase you.
but he's got a pretty interesting backstory. I don't think they gave us a lot in Jessica Jones.
Well, yeah, maybe I need to know
I'm just
more
privy.
about his
I'm just a
backstory.
little bit more privy.
Yeah.
And
You read the comics.
in
Like I said, I'm going as a
in the
layman
comics,
here.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist team up. They used to have a thing called Power Man and Iron Fist, and they were like heroes for hire, and so they would do jobs for money because Luke Cage got to get paid.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
pay on.
I don't know. I hope that they do season 1 of Luke Cage, season 2 of Iron Fist, and then season 1 of Iron Fist, and then season 2 is Power Man and Iron Fist. That'd be way better because they team
Daredevil?
up.
You need season 3 of Daredevil.
Season 3 of Daredevil has to come after the Defenders. They got to have that show because the whole point was we're going to make the Defenders.
so long.
I know, but the whole point was that in the beginning they're like, we're going to do a season of each character and then do Defenders. But Daredevil was so popular that they're like, suck, we got to do another season.
Well,
And now they're going to throw Punisher in there. They didn't really give a date. They even had a trailer that came out today.
Really?
Yeah, there was a little like trailer. It had the logo and some Punisher stuff going on. His little bit of like a little rhyme and then.
By the way.
But anyways,
Looking forward to that. That would be awesome.
That was good, man.
Other than that, I haven't been peeping Netflix.
I'm glad Kelly pulled it. That used to be something I would pull out. Kelly brought it out, man.
Yeah, you know what I do?
You know,
I whip it out.
Kelly. This is another whip out section with Kelly. Yeah, I haven't seen anything on Netflix lately that I've been like, oh man, gotta be. May's coming. There's gonna be some good stuff coming out for May.
Dude.
So
We've both got our Captain America Civil War tickets.
Oh, Thursday night.
That's gonna be epic.
Yes. Oh man, I know. I'm excited for that. So that we'll have a good episode coming up in the next couple of weeks on Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
That just looks really good. And I just watched Winter Soldier again last week just to kind of give myself some.
I've been watching Winter Soldier a lot.
You haven't seen the first
on
one yet
all
though,
the
right?
premium movie channels. No,
I need
know,
it. Okay.
I'm such a jerk.
No, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
I thought I had it on iTunes or I just log in on my account, but for some reason I I got the digital copy that comes when you buy it on Blu-ray,
Right.
and I installed it on my Netflix, and I don't know why. I mean, on my iTunes, I don't know why it's not there. I can't find it. But
Weird. Super weird.
super weird. But I'll give you a copy because that movie's really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I gotta peep it.
Yeah.
So Civil War. We also have to discuss. I'm going to talk real quickly. I'm going to give two super quick movie reviews.
Yes.
I saw Jungle Book.
Yeah, me
in
too.
3D.
Oh, I didn't see it in 3D.
It was amazing. I
saw it.
Gotta go. A solid movie.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had excitement. It had humor. It had emotion.
Emotion.
Yeah, dude. It was like there was some sad moments where you're like, oh.
Oh yeah. I wasn't.
I don't want to
planning.
spoil anything, but yeah.
No,
Go.
I saw
Gotta
it.
go
I
for
saw
sure.
it.
No, I know, but for our listening audience,
I think if you would have wanted to see I'm not going to spoil the Jungle Book, but I'm going to say I wasn't looking forward to watching a Jungle Book. It just wasn't like on my radar. But
yeah.
We came back from vacation. We took the kids. We're like, oh, let's go take a new movie, and let's see some Jungle Book. It's Jon Favreau, which I like Jon Favreau. He directed
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
Oh man, this movie was so good. It was so fun, and the one thing I was like, I hope they put the songs in there.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen a single thing about this movie. No
Right.
trailers. I'm not like trying to watch the trailers for
Right.
this.
I haven't either.
And it was so fun. And then I love the songs. And I wasn't expecting Christopher Walken to like be King Louis. You know how Louis Prima was King Louis in the original one. And so him singing the songs and oh man, it was so fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
I went solely based on the review of one person, a mutual friend of ours that we go to church with, Austin.
Austin
Posted,
Garrison.
Austin Garrison. Shout out to you. He posted like his little, oh my gosh, Jungle Book was amazing on Facebook, and I trust his opinion.
Yeah.
because I know what he likes, and we're in the same ballpark. So I was like, hey, so I told the wife, I said, hey, let's go see Jungle Book. Like, there's not much else that I really want to like see right now.
Yeah.
And but I want to get out. Let's go to a movie, whatever. So definitely got to go on that. Favreau nailed it.
Yeah, it was a gotta go. It was so
Super solid. Second review is the wife and I went to see Keanu last night.
Oh, you suck.
Key and Peele.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Gotta have a date night, bro.
No, I got it.
Gotta have a date night. We have our man date nights. We gotta have a regular date night with
Fair
my
enough.
wife.
Fair enough.
So saw Keanu last night. I'm gonna say like, let's go.
Okay.
It wasn't like drop dead funny, and it wasn't the most amazing thing you've ever seen. If you've seen Key and Peele, you kind of know what to expect. There are some funny moments, but it wasn't like laugh out loud. My stomach hurts from laughing so hard, but it was good. So I'm gonna say like, let's go. Almost between go and let's go.
Okay.
Like, don't be offended or don't be bummed if you wait till you rent
I feel
it.
like that's the lowest rating we've ever had.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in an offensive way. It's still go and between go and let's go.
Yeah.
That's still good. But don't be bummed if you wait till you rent it on iTunes or Video or Redbox or
Why is it
whatever
called Keanu?
Because that's the name of the cat.
Oh, is it named after Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Was there was a meme or something a long time ago with a cat named Keanu, wasn't there? Is that what that came from? I'm trying to think.
I have no idea.
It sounds like a thing.
I don't know.
People tell me if that's a thing. Somebody tell me.
Somebody tell Justin.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Hit me up on Twitter.
I've been like falling asleep to revisiting Key and Peele, like the 5 seasons that they have on Hulu.
Yeah.
Just, turn them on. I'll eventually pass out, but still hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. Key and Peele's great.
Great show. Kind of sad that
Gotta
they
go.
Yeah, gotta
It's
go.
a gotta
Gotta go
go.
on Key and Peele.
Gotta go on Key
If
and
you
Peele.
don't know who Key and Peele are,
Yeah.
please inform yourselves.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor.
Do yourselves a flavor.
Maybe getting yourself in a time machine.
Do it.
In a diner and then check it out.
Do it.
All right. So let's.
Whoa, let's kick
So I
stuff over.
just kicked something in the studio here.
Let Justin knock over my microphones.
I like to kick stuff. I get really excited. So some new music has been coming out, and we
Ooh,
kind
yeah.
of talked about Thrice a little bit last week, but I think we got off.
They already had
'cause
that single.
talking. Yeah, they had the Blood in the Sand single. We were talking about it. I don't really think we really got into
We
it. with
maybe
Chris.
touched our
Yeah.
foot in the water. Like, boop.
Yeah. So
Super solid. Good.
yeah, that song's really good. I love Thrice, but I'm telling you, the last record they put out, I wasn't.
Not a fan.
I wasn't like I wasn't a fan. It just wasn't what I want from Thrice. I'm
Right.
like, oh, what was
Yeah.
it? Was it called a? It wasn't. It was a major minor. I forgot the title right
honestly
now.
don't remember.
And I wasn't feeling it, man. I just wasn't feeling that record. And since then, Dustin Kendrick's put out a whole bunch of different solo things and whatever, and it's all been good. But this record,
I'm looking forward to it.
Sounding good,
the
man.
second jam that got put up, Black Honey.
Yeah.
I'll play you a little snippet right here.
Keep swinging my head through a storm of leaves, 'cause I want honey on my table. But I never get it right. No, I never get it right. I keep swinging my head through a storm of leaves. I can't understand why it's stinging me. But I'll do what I want, do what I please, do it again till I got what I need. Flip smash through the hornet's nest. Do you understand that it's
Yeah, that was a good song. I
excited.
think I like Blood in the Sand better. Like
Really?
Blood in the Sand, I think is a stronger song for me. This
Yeah.
is, and it's not like it's a bad song. It's
No,
not like
they're both good songs.
yeah, they're both good songs. I think I like Blood in the Sand better.
I'm gonna differ. I feel like I
Oh.
like Black Honey a little bit better.
It's like Civil War
Yeah.
right now. Team Black.
Oh man.
Funny.
What are you, Team Cap?
Going back, I feel like I'm Team Cap.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like it's funny how that relates to almost like the political climate right now.
A little bit. Well, to jump back to like the whole premise of this thing, like
Right.
it's funny because in all these movies, Iron Man typically is the problem for like why things go bad.
Right.
You know, like, oh crap, you know, like he did this and he did that, and you know, why did freaking that Wachovia place almost kill everybody and blow up and all that? Because Iron Man. And so Cap just doesn't want to be controlled. He wants to do what he wants to do and not be controlled by the government.
Right.
Like, you want me to be a government like agent? He kind of already is. He kind of already is because he was working for S.H.I.E.L.D., but since S.H.I.E.L.D. disbanded and all that stuff, like, I just want to be a superhero and do good. You want to control me? Not going to happen. That's not how I want to do it. But anyways.
Don't be a turd burglar.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
all.
excited to see Spider-Man in that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Me too.
Back to Thrice.
Back to Thrice. Sorry, tangents.
Tangent. That's totally fine. Hey.
Looking forward to the Thrice.
Yeah,
record.
it's funny because everyone's they're back, but they never said they broke up.
No.
They just said, hey, we're going to take a break
Dude,
for a
I've been
little
watching
bit.
the behind the scenes studio videos. He said we never said we're not going to play any Thrice music. That was never the premise. Like when we as a band decided to take a break, it was taking a break. It was a hiatus. It wasn't like we are disbanding. We're never going to play
They should have
together
never said
again.
anything because, I mean, the last time they put a record out was like, well, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Some bands, it takes them 3 years to put a record out. So they should have just
Right.
been like, yeah, we're going to take a break for a little bit. But
Yeah. It's great.
Freak out.
I'm really excited about it. I'm going to give the two songs I've heard, like between a Let's Go and a Gotta Go.
Yeah.
It's good. They're really good. Really solid.
I'll say it's a let's go for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just really excited for this record to come out. I
Yeah.
really wish we got tickets to see them, and I'm sad that it's sold out.
I'm really feeling this.
So, okay, Blink-182 just put out a single this week.
That's
Called "Bored to Death."
That's where I was going with feeling.
There you
this.
go. I know.
I'm
I'm feeling this. I just didn't take the segue as strong as you did. Give me your thoughts.
I got to tell you, I am honestly feeling this.
You are.
It was okay. It's not a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not a surprise as far as the song, the sound, the structure. It's not a surprise. It's Blink-182, 100% for sure.
It's
I will
it's
say,
like 90% Blink-182.
I will say, it's great to not hear Tom's annoying voice.
yes.
And people can hate me all day long if they want. He was the worst part of Blink-182.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they have Matt Skiba, who has an amazing voice anyway,
Oh gosh, yes.
I feel like this is going to be a really great outing and a really great resurgence for Blink-182. Glad Tom left. Song sounds great. Work with John Feldman, which is going to be hands down. It's going to be a pop classic kind of. John Feldman
From
works on a bunch
Goldfinger.
of, from Goldfinger.
People might know him from Goldfinger, but he's done
I don't know how many people remember Goldfinger.
I do.
I know. You do.
I do.
We do.
We do, but some people don't.
But there might be people who are listening that are 10 years younger than us that don't know who the heck Goldfinger
That's
is.
true.
But anyways, John Feldman, super solid producer, musician, engineer, etc., etc. So he's been working on he's worked on the new Blink. It's coming out July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
The new single, I'll give it a once again. I'm gonna say let's go, just because it's Blink. Like I said, it's nothing new. It's no surprise. It sounds great.
Yeah.
And I like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else they can put together.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to it and I first heard it, like, as soon as you get that, freaking Mark Hoppus, like, bass, dealy, like, I got it. It to me, it sounded like a B-side to the record they put out, the self-titled they put out, 2003.
Right.
Which, that's actually my favorite record by them. I think, wow, it was not serious. It's just like hard to, they just were kind of a joke band to me for a while. Like I loved Dude Ranch. I thought Dude Ranch was really good.
Oh yeah.
Like Dude Ranch was a good, like,
That's what broke them.
yeah, but it was good. It wasn't so like in your face, haha, we're funny. Like Enema of the State was really big. And I ain't gonna say like I didn't like it, but looking back on it, I don't enjoy it as much. And it was more of like, hey, we're the guys that run around naked all the time. They were like the MTV TRL. That was that phase. I didn't really like going back to revisit that record. It's like whatever. Like All the Small Things, crap song.
Right.
Like a lot of that record's crap. This is my opinion, not Kelly's. Kelly's looking at
These
me
are
like
Justin's opinion.
Kelly's just like, I really enjoy that record.
Hey,
And then Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. There was some okay songs on there. Like I have every Blink 182 record except for Neighborhoods. I was just like, whatever, dude. Who cares
Right.
if Tom's back? It just didn't connect to me.
Yeah. I listened to Neighborhoods once and I was like, this is
Cool concept and cool idea they had going into the marketing on that, but they were doing listening parties in different neighborhoods and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, just I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I don't even know why. Maybe you can answer this. Why the heck is Matt Skiba hanging out with them to do this?
Why not?
Yeah, but was there a reason why they teamed up?
I don't know. I just know, like,
What's the story?
I read some article recently, recent as the last couple days, but it was about like Tom leaving the band and this and that, and his manager. They were like set to go in the studio. They had put their own money into it. They got a record deal. Like Tom was like, I won't go in the studio without a record deal. I'm not putting in my own money. Blah blah blah.
Oh my gosh.
And so they're like, okay, well, you're kind of a butthole, but okay, we'll figure it out. So they figured it out. They got all this stuff together. They were set to go in the studio, like, and then the night, like literally a night or two before, his manager sends Mark and Travis an email saying, like, Tom's not interested in moving forward with this. He's out.
Wow.
And they're like, kind of like a couple emails back and forth, like for clarification, like, are you serious? Like, we just did all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, no response. And then finally it was like, yes, he is out. Put it simply. Tom is out. And like, Tom's not doing this. So he's like, okay, well, whatever. So, I mean, they were set to do Muse Inc., which is Travis owns part of the festival or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, well, we want to play still. So who are we going to find? And I don't know how, I didn't read as far as finding the affiliation with Matt Skiba or whatever, but that's who they ended up having replace, and they were kind of like, "Oh, this is really fun to play together." So let's try and make this maybe another iteration of Blink 182. And to me, it is far superior to what they had before.
Oh yeah. Now here, if you guys don't know Matt Skiba, like he's from Alkaline Trio. If you haven't, like Alkaline Trio,
One of the
great
greatest
band,
bands of all time.
way better than Blink 182, like in my opinion. Like if you're gonna rate like
Right.
bands, Alkaline Trio is a gotta go, and Blink 182 is a go. Like depending on what they're putting out.
Okay.
For me. This isn't the Blink 182 trash hour. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, that's just where I am, like, musically.
Yeah,
But
Go's still not a bad rating. You gotta realize that.
Yeah, go. Dude, someone told me you should go, but I'm going to listen. Go. Oh, I will go. So, to me, I'm still like, man, what does Matt Skiba know that I don't know? Like, where was he like, oh, I'll hook up with these dudes? I just feel like it's so in the opposite direction of what he's done.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Trio's been around for a long time, so maybe at some point they've played shows together, or toured together, they've done Warped Tour together. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
crossed
they
paths
know
several times, and they were friends. So
like I
it's
get
just
that, like the way
hey,
the
why
scene
not?
is with those fools and stuff. Like,
And why not? Why not fill a person who plays in a trio into another trio?
yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't know. Just I'm not saying like that was the only person or the only option, but it's just like, yeah, he knows how to carry his weight and play as a part of a trio as opposed to like a 4-piece or 5-piece band.
Yeah, it's really. I guess it's kind of sad. Like, I actually think Tom DeLonge was super annoying.
Yeah.
But it still kind of makes me sad. Like, man, dude, it became business for him and not friends?
I don't
doesn't it
know,
sound
but
like that?
he's from what I understand,
super
he's
weird.
super weird now, and he's like in the aliens and conspiracies and all sorts of
Yeah.
freaking weirdness, like thinking he's like the most genius songwriter of all times or something.
With Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
It's
saw
kinda
live
boring.
once, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Does he still like do like, wiener jokes and stuff during Angels and Airwaves shows, or was that just a Blink
No,
thing?
I think he's just like, I'm tired of the wiener jokes, and I'm a true musician, but he still sounds like a whiny little girl.
Gotcha.
So anyways,
Yeah, so weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to get into the
Right.
history of Blink-182. Just so, as far as the song goes, it's a good song. It's just it doesn't do anything like amazing for me.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in it because Matt Ski was involved, which I think that's the only thing that's bringing me into curiosity. Like you sent it to me, I think yesterday,
yeah.
and I listened to it. And I was
2 days
like,
ago, I think.
2 days ago, and I heard it, and I was like, man, this sounds like a Blink song from the get go, just with the little bass
And
riff.
you knew it.
But hearing Matt Skiba on the chorus was nice.
Yeah.
I like Matt Skiba's voice. I like his singing.
Yeah.
Which means I like his voice. So.
I like both.
What are you saying? I like his voice and his singing.
Yeah.
Just like when he talks to me.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it I'll give it a let's go based on the fact that it's a new iteration of something that's a big deal, I
Right.
guess, in music. I mean,
Right.
Blink-182, I would say they have a legacy. So check them out. Like just out of curiosity, what do you think about it?
I've pretty much shared my opinion. I think it's. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the record sounds like, due to Matt joining the band, seeing who they worked with, etc. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to it all. Another record I picked up, which I believe the last episode we talked about with Chris, I said Frightened Rabbit has a new album coming out in a couple weeks.
Okay.
It's called The Painting of a Panic Attack by the band Frightened Rabbit. I'm going to give it a solid let's go.
Check it out.
It's a great record. Good stuff. These are I'm giving flash ratings right now, and just based on things that I've listened to in the past couple weeks. Another interesting record that I kind of listen to on a whim. Sometimes, on Fridays or Tuesdays, whenever the new releases come out, I'll scan iTunes, just listen to the songs, and then I'll look it up on Apple Music if it's still there. This record that this guy named Sturgill Simpson, I think I'm pretty sure that's his name. Real interesting record. I don't even know the name of the record, but if it looks like the cover looks like it would be a heavy metal record, but it's like a fusion of like country, R&B. I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. Like indie. It's like a little bit of everything kind of tossed into one. And they do a Nirvana cover on one of his songs is a Nirvana cover.
Which song?
In Bloom.
Huh.
And it's amazing. So the record is called A Sailor's Guide to Earth. Pretty good. I'm gonna give it a let's go based on the 1 or 2 spins I've given it. If you're in the mood for something different, give it a whirl. I gave the new Weezer 1 spin, but unfortunately I wasn't paying attention enough to know. It was background music for what I was doing, so I can't really give it a rating currently.
Yeah, I haven't gotten through the whole thing.
Okay.
And
Well, maybe we
but
should
I will
save
say
this. We'll save it for next time.
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna get it a tentative
tentative
go.
Tentative go. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll check that out on the next episode. But if you guys have heard any great records, just give us a tag or send us an email or whatever it is you can do to get a hold of us on social networks.
We'll end the show with all those, so you can hit us up again. You should know them by now. It should be written on your heart.
Right.
So
speaking of ending the show, we're going to end it on a very sad and depressing note.
But hopefully it encouraged you to celebrate. So last week, about a week ago, Prince passed away. And
I was shocked.
It was a blow. I'll tell you. I didn't
cry.
I didn't cry. It was like disbelief. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Serious?"
Right.
I was wondering. I was like, "From what?" Because I didn't know if he was sick or anything like that. But it was really sad, man. And growing up, I'm not the hugest Prince fan. I'm not I own, a bunch of purple velvet and whatever and junk, I don't wear frilly shirts, but I like Prince. I think he was super talented, and I think it was more of he's part of my childhood, growing up listening to. You couldn't not listen to Prince music growing up. It was just there.
Yeah.
I always thought there was an 80s kind of like guard of like Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Bruce Springsteen, stuff like that, you know? And the one that I liked out of all of those was Prince. Like the one I was like, dude, what show do I want to go to? Prince. Like I would just pick him, like Justin, personally speaking.
Right.
And then when I really connected to Prince was when he did the soundtrack to Batman, because Batman's my jam. And I just thought like, this is freaking bananas. Like I remember they had the Bat Dance song and the video was crazy. And he was like half Joker, half Batman dancing and stuff like that. But I just remember being in elementary school and them always playing Prince music at like, we would do like Olympic type of things. And they'd always be playing like, you know, When Doves Cry and Let's Go Crazy. I still remember like Let's Go Crazy being a jam, like as a kid, like a young boy, and hearing it. And
dude was a legend. He was a legend and an epic musician, you know?
He was. It was like, I was watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing last week that he did till My Guitar Gently Weeps, that George Harrison song. Oh, dude. Freaking Prince, dude. Amazing guitar player.
Amazing I was going to say, if you thought like, oh, he just sings like dumb songs about whatever.
Nope.
Please go to YouTube, search Prince guitar solo or Prince guitar. Dude shreds. Yeah. And I've seen videos of him playing drums and he was actually like keeping it down.
He was the original drummer of the time. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was. Like he just, I don't know.
Dude was a beast. He was a beast.
Super talented dude.
Production, songwriting, guitar
he has vaults,
playing.
like vaults of music, they say, that just has never been released. And
yeah,
not all of it's probably good. I mean, some of it's probably just he's writing.
It's craziness. But I mean, like, dude, I've heard of dudes like the guys in the music industry that I respect and are great songwriters. I hear they'll okay, hey man, I put out album. Sorry, I put out an album of 12 songs. Mm-hmm. But during that process, you don't hear they wrote like 70 songs or something crazy. And Prince was the exact same way. It was like,
and he played every part.
Right.
Like he was a little eccentric and probably crazy. I mean, if you've heard the stories, like the Evening with Kevin Smith, they put out a long time ago. I just watched that again last week where he talks about his encounter with Prince, like doing like a documentary and stuff, you know, but he was genius and it's like he's the last of the icons. Like I don't think there's any icons left, you know, like maybe Bono's like an icon, like U2, but once those guys are done, like we're past the era of icons, you know?
Right.
Well, Madonna and U2. I can't think of anybody else. And Bruce Springsteen. And my list keeps getting longer, but like we're not currently making icons. Like the way music is now, they're not going to be icons. Like no, like maybe Jay-Z and that's it. Like I can't think of someone who's going to move on to be a legend.
I don't even think. Well,
I think so. I think he could be, but like now, like Justin Bieber ain't going to be an icon. You know. Like those cats aren't going to. Yeah, but he's going to be more of a pop culture than a music like influence. He's not influencing anybody with his music. There's nothing like that he's doing that's like, oh, he's amazing at this. You know, he's amazing at being a douche.
Right.
Like Prince, like he changed music. Everyone was into Prince. You could be like a dude that was into like freaking R&B. You can be a heavy metal dude. You can be like a punk rock dude. Like everyone loved Prince. Like that freaking guitar solo, how When Doves Cry opens up, that's my favorite just because it's like and just keeps going. Like he was so crazy ahead of his time. Like going back to like the Bat Dance song, that song sounds like it's got some crazy industrial crap in it. And then it's all over the place. It goes into some like R&B, like freak sex song and then back into like some type of industrial type of just crazy, like, I don't know what was going on. That song's all over the place, but he was super talented and he was not afraid to stick up for his rights as an artist and stuff, you know, when he became a symbol.
And you know what? Like, I want to speak more to what a lot of people have said to him about as far as being an incredible person. Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot of people, every story you hear about him as a person, he was an incredibly charitable person. Mm-hmm. Even though, I mean, I'm not saying even though as like it's a bad thing, but he was Jehovah's Witness, which was interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's when he changed a lot of stuff. Like he used to have I was reading a story where he would have a swear jar in his house. He'd make people pay. That was the whole documentary that he wanted Kevin Smith to make.
Right.
I heard also, I probably read the same similar articles just because I've been digesting information. Like he would go door to door like Jehovah's Witnesses and do, you know, here's a watchtower or whatever the heck, you know.
Imagine Prince coming to your door. That'd be so weird. Yeah, but I mean,
Did a lot for
just-
music in Minnesota.
Yeah, music in Minnesota, or just people in general. Like if someone in his immediate camp or whatever was like hurting financially, he would, or he would do like scholarships for kids, and
Yeah.
like he would not want them to know where the money came from. He would just say, pay for that kid to go to music school, or just things like that, where he doesn't want the notoriety. He's not after it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
He was truly a generous person at heart.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. I think when you initially think of Prince, you probably think of a little freaky, weird dude, but he wasn't. He was amazing. He was a genius.
So rest in peace,
Rest
brother.
in peace, Prince, man. It's sad. It really is sad. We live in a world without Prince, which you don't really think about. It's like you take things for granted. Like, oh, life's precious, man. It just kind of gets you to think about, your own mortality, not morality, but think about your morality too.
It's old Latin saying, memento mori. Remember that every man must die.
Man, even Prince. So there you go. Sorry to end on a sad note, but just wanted to give a little bit of respect and honor to Prince.
Respect and love.
We'll end the show with a Prince song. All right, so that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for downloading. Please give us a review on iTunes. That would be amazing.
It'd be even more amazing if it was 5-star review.
5-star. Kelly, you hear it here right now.
You heard it.
Kelly wants to have you guys give 5-star reviews. So that'd be great if you guys can do that. Please, on iTunes, it would help us out. And if you'd like to give us any type of shout out or love, always hit us up.
Feedback,
on social networking,
recommendations.
Yeah, give us some of those music recommendations we were talking about earlier. Hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go Cast, Instagram at Let's Go Cast, Facebook.com/Let's Go Cast, or go to the website at www.letsgocast.com, or you can just go old school and email us at email us at letsgocast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Justin.
My name's Kelly.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Crazy. Let's get nuts. Look for the purple, but then I did it.